Okay. I think the recording has started, so
Yeah.
we are officially live. Let's do this. So Martin, just a little bit of formalities there. Thank you very much for arranging the time here, allocating the time to have this interview. Before we start with it, I just want to say, let's maybe make it this more of a chat, a conversation like the ones that we have on a weekly basis, or the fortnightly performance review calls. And yeah, just quickly, I want to outline the 4 main points we're going to cover, and then we're just gonna go with it. I'll let you do the talking.
Oh, crack on.
Okay, so the first point will be what is Noledge Cloud, which is the agency I run for you, and what service has been provided to you. Second point is what results has been delivering to you in terms of numbers, and how did they do that. The third point is out of those appointments booked on your behalf by Noledge, what did you do? What did you turn those appointments into, and how did you do that? Because I know that sometimes you get a conversation directly to become a code, and then you're booking diags of it. And last point is overall, how was your experience with Noledge Cloud? How many clients you go out of it, how many diags, and all of that kind of stuff across the 90 days period of working with Noledge. Okay, and then I'll follow up with some couple of questions as well. So I'll let you sort of cover the first point. What is Noledge Cloud, and what service has been provided to you?
Noledge Cloud is an appointment setting service that I've been using for the last 90 days. In the first half of the 90 days, it was primarily based on cold calling from lists that I'd provided. And then we transitioned over to contacting people on LinkedIn. And then with a bit of interchange between myself and them through Noledge, I would then have a meeting with them, a phone call or a Zoom call. So of the total calls or appointments that have been set, it's quite clear in the first half when we were cold calling, about 12 appointments were set, of which only 4 actually took place. And of those 4, 2 went to Diag. In the second half, we've had so far 10 appointments arranged. Only 1 has failed to turn up. The other 9 have gone ahead, 3 of whom have been smaller, very small businesses, or even startups in 2 cases that have simply not got any business at the moment. But of the remainder, I've got about 5 that have gone to Diag or in the process of going to Diag, 3 of which have converted into 2 group coaching clients and 1 one-to-one client. So far, I'm very satisfied. And I know that the next 2 appointments that are coming up are very likely to translate into clients as well. And both of those will be one-to-one clients. So for the investment and the return, it's been a brilliant return. The time, first of all, I'm not sitting around waiting for coach on decks that don't happen. Secondly, when they do happen, you have a very interesting conversation with someone who's probably been a bit prepped, because they'll have looked into your LinkedIn profile and they know a little bit more about you and what you're about. So they are ready for the conversation. Mm-hmm. And thirdly, it's very easy then to go straight from an initial chat all the way through to, from this conversation, do you think that it's worth us having a further chat about this in detail, at which point we book a Diag.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that, Martin. What is the best practice or the approach that you would like to share, the secret sauce there for you to actually convert those conversations directly into a code and then booking Diags of it? Because it's not a code. What I book for you is a conversation, but then becomes a code.
I think it's on the standard sort of coach on deck script. It's very, you're doing the questioning and they're doing the answering. When I have an initial chat with them, it's more, tell me about your business. And I'm quite happy to listen for 10 minutes or more so that they feel comfortable with me and we exchange and I build rapport. a lot more than I would do on a normal coach on deck. Having built the rapport, it's then to find a few pain points or a few vision points that they want something to be better and they're going in the right direction. And it's then just to say, well, would you like to know, what do you want to get out of this conversation yourself? So they're coming to me saying, I want to know this, or I need to know this, or I want this. And those people are usually a little bit more prepared because they've seen your LinkedIn profile, so they know what you do and a bit more about the sorts of things that you can achieve. As a result, they're more prepared and they're more ready to engage and get to the point of, yes, this is the challenge I'm facing. And in this sort of conversation I had, I'm more than happy to not give them the solution, but hint at what the solutions potentially are. And would you like to look at that? So I sow the seeds for them to start thinking, yeah, actually, that'd probably be well worth seeing. And then asking them to book in a diag. It's been so successful at the moment. 50% have booked a diag, of which effectively, as far as I'm concerned, only 2 haven't booked a diag. And the rest are not diagable because they simply don't have a business to be coached on.
Thanks for explaining that again, Martin. What would be interesting to evaluate would be your investment in knowledge. Has it been profitable so far for the past 90 days that we've been working together in terms of returns?
Yeah, it's been way better than any other single source of marketing that I've ever done. And I've clearly, over 5 years, I've used many. The return has been quick as well, and the engagement's been quick. I am very confident that in the next couple of weeks, I'll be signing up another couple of one-to-one clients. So for the return on investment, it's way better than anything else I've ever tried before. And I'm very happy with what's going on. The engagement I get with the prospects, even on LinkedIn, they actually respond back and, they ask for more information on LinkedIn. So we're always prepping them on LinkedIn before I even speak to them. I've even sent testimonial videos to one prospect, and the diag, the initial conversation was, how much is it? Can I budget for this much? And yeah, you come over and we'll sign up. That was it. So it was not even a diag. It was the end of the diag on the initial call. The guy was so prepped up and ready to go, just having seen the videos and learning a little bit about me before the call.
Okay, I think we can finalize this by saying, maybe by asking you, so overall, your opinion on knowledge and working together and what you envisage later on is positive.
Yeah, it absolutely is. As I said, it's been the smoothest way of operating for me. And it's good to get some engagement with the people before you actually speak to them.
Yeah.
It's also the most time efficient I've ever had. No longer sitting around waiting for people to not turn up.
How much did they pay you to before this meeting, with this interview, for you to say these things?
Nothing at all. But I am getting a 50% discount.
There you go. There you go. Of course, it's happening.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what, why don't we maybe we conclude by outlining some criticism or feedback, something that perhaps can be improved. Okay, something that maybe can be improved in the operation. What would you say that is?
I would say the lead sheet and the way we track it is not very clear, and that needs more clarity. The follow-up that I'm doing, I mean, we've lost one maybe in the system that between us we didn't pick up on. So it needs a two-way chat every Friday or whatever for us to say, yeah, has this person not turned up, or yes, and where's it gone? Because it might be that you could pick it up and bring it round again. But
Okay.
generally, been doing LinkedIn, there's none of that because almost all of them have turned up.
Okay, and that brings me to say another thing. obviously we do an outreach on LinkedIn. We talked about introducing another channel, which is the warm calling, and see people that are going quiet on LinkedIn, maybe being able to being reached out on mobile, like it happened with Andrew Holtz. You booked a diag of a conversation. So what do you think of that approach, which I call it multi-channel outreach sort of approach?
Yeah, that I don't, obviously you know far more how many of those prospects you've actually been using that system on. But quite clearly, if there is engagement on LinkedIn and you have managed to get the telephone number of the person, then that additional layer of extra outreach can get the prospect over the line into a booking, you see. And Andrew was quite difficult, I think, to tie down, wasn't he? And he was like, yes, but I will speak to Martin as long as it's tomorrow. And we missed him on one occasion, I think. And I picked up on it again, and hey presto, tomorrow I'm going to have a diag with him. So if we're persistent and we don't allow them just to float away, yes, it's worth you know, the extra effort that we go to get them in. It's great.
Okay, that sounds good. So based on the numbers you say there is an average roughly of should we say, is it 2 appointments per week as a minimum? Would that be?
Yeah, we target 8 a month,
yeah,
2 a week. We're on target at the moment, and we're slightly ahead of target actually. As I said, of the 10 that we've had since we've been doing LinkedIn, only 1 hasn't turned up. 3 have not been plausible, as it were. The other 5 have had conversations with me that have gone to diag, or will be going to diag in the next month. So it's an extremely, you know, just why not you book in 16? That would be great.
You want me to book 16?
Yeah, I realize LinkedIn can only have so many messages, but imagine what could happen if there was, you know, 16.
Yeah.
16 is, it's only 4, 1 a day. It's not even 1 a day, is it?
No, but this is interesting what you say. You're talking about scalability, how to scale this very model. And
maybe I should have 2 LinkedIn profiles with very similar names or something like that, and then you can do it for 2 different Martin Aldersons.
You're making a joke, but the truth is that that's exactly what it is. Not having 2 LinkedIn profile, but imagine a firm. Imagine you have 2 sales reps or something like that, a team of people.
Yeah.
My agency can 100% look after run campaigns.
Well, I think that's definitely worth considering, especially if lead generation and cold calling is not working for you at all. This is far superior, and you know, you can get double the number of leads and have sensible conversations with people who are willing to talk to you. Whether it turns into a diag or not, usually there's something else. Maybe they're looking to work with you.
Strategic alliance.
Yeah, in some form of collaboration. Yeah. So I think one of the calls I'm going to have on Monday, having scouted around their website, they are professional consultants in law and accountancy. They need a coaching arm because they are the technical people, you know, how good your accounts are and your legal stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't know how about sales. They don't know about marketing.
Yeah.
Because they're high-level professionals. So, you know, you never know. It might be an opportunity for us to work together in some fashion, as opposed to me coaching the 5 owners of the business.
I'm very happy. Martin, we can wrap up the interview unless you wanted to conversation, unless you want to have, you want to touch on other points. But I think this has been great and very much useful. I'm very happy that you feel that way. I'm gonna keep on delivering what I'm delivering and even more. Thank you.
I've got no problems. It's really working well. I wish you'd started 3 years ago.
There you go. Well,
okay.
All right.
Take care, mate.
Stop the recording now. Okay.